All right, guys, we are back. Day 2 on mixing this track, and we're gonna dive more into actual practical EQing and compression, and just diving into more of the plugin use in mixing this track. So now that we have everything grouped, we got our music tracks, our different vocals, as mentioned. Now let's start off by mixing some of the vocals with the music. So I'm gonna start with this lead right here, and let's listen to it, get a vibe real quick.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight. She got me writing down my love language tonight. Whoa, 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 yeah. Now I wanna be all that she wonders. Rockin' steady, you hear the whisper.
So as you can see, this vocal is super dry. So I think the first thing I'll do is, excuse me, voice crack. I'll just do an SSL channel, and I'll try and shape the vocal with EQ, compress it slightly just to hold the level of the vocal more consistent. So check out as I go through these settings here.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight.
So let's roll out. There's a lot of low end in his voice, so one trick I like to do is do a bell curve, bring this all the way down, and roll this up until I start to hear a lot of the low end disappear, and then I'll bring it back in to dial in the exact amount I want.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight.
So right about there is pretty nice. Let's do some more EQing moves.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight. She got me writing down my love language.
So it'd be nice as well to do a little bit de-essing. So I'll grab this de-esser, I'll take the look ahead off, and pretty much all I gotta do with this de-esser is super easy. I just gotta play with the range. So let's see.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight.
So that's pretty good. I think there's a little bit of mud that we could take out in the vocal, so I'm gonna do a wider band on the low mid frequencies, and let's scoop out some of the mud in around 300 hertz or so.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight.
So that sounded a little bit more clean. We can add a little bit more presence to the vocal here in the mids.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight. She got me writing down my love language tonight. One king to another.
That's not sounding pretty bad right there. Let's listen to it in the context and mix.
One king to another, I gotta share my heart tonight. She got me writing down my love language tonight. Whoa, 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 yeah. Now I wanna be all that she wonders. Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers.
Cool, so now we got, a basic vibe going for the lead vocal there. So now I'm going to find a nice reverb that we can send this vocal to. I like the Manny M-verb. I like to start here for most vocals, and then I'll just send an output to the plate track. Where's the plate? Here it is. All right, let's add some reverb. That is too much. Hold on, what's going on here? Track, plate. Oh, there we go. It's on the vocal.
One king to another.
Oh, I see. track.
One king to another.
I put this on the wrong send. So here we go. Put this on there. Alright, so we bust it to the plate.
One king to another. I gotta share my heart tonight.
And I'll get a general level with the mix just like that, and then I'll dial it back down just by soloing the vocal now.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers, and every part of me is a piece perfect with her.
So basically what I'm listening for is that I can still hear the detail in the vocal, and the reverb's not drowning it out. So that's a good level right there.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers, and every part of me is a piece perfect.
There's a couple of points in his vocal performance where he kind of peaks in the volume. So I'm going to use a leveling compressor such as this CLA2A just to tame some of the peaks, as you can see in his vocal a little bit more. So let's try this.
One king to another. I gotta share my heart tonight. She got me writing down my love language tonight. Woo, 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 yeah. Now I wanna be all that she wanted. Mine, would you please? Yeah, goodbye, Casanova. Yeah, yeah. Only you can make me happy. Goodbye, Casanova.
So that sounded pretty good. Let's balance. I think we could turn up the music track.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers, and every part of me is a piece perfect with her. It's a picture.
So one thing I like to do, pretty much always, for my vocal bus is just add this plugin on there. I'm not even gonna compress right now, but I just love the harmonics that it gives.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers.
As you can see, the vocal just got instantly more thick and nice.
Mine, would you please? Yeah, goodbye, Casanova. Yeah, yeah. Only you can make me happy. Goodbye, Casanova. Only you can make me.
So I'm gonna take out some of the mud in this piano here. So it's kind of clashing with the bass. So let's go to the piano track, which is right here. Let's just scoop out some of the low end with a high pass. All we're really looking for is the mids, in that piano, because the bass is holding down all the low energy. So here we go. Let's mix it into the track. And one thing I can do is actually turn this. I'll turn this, mono piano into a stereo by using the Brainworks stereo maker. Where is it? Right here. So we can make this piano now stereo. And I think this other piano here is similar. Let's see. So we can do the same thing as copy this so that it also has a stereo effect. Alright, so the mix is getting there, sounding pretty good. So now let's dive into another lead vocal. Let's check out this lead vocal here. I have it highlighted here. So let's see if we can now doctor up this lead vocal. So we want to make sure this is going to the lead. There we go.
Other way, and shared experience.
So the same thing with this. I'm gonna use. Let's try and do a different channel. I like channel strips of vocals just to get their general, general sound put together. So let's solo this vocal. And let's get it.
And shared experience too.
So I'll do the same thing with the EQ. We'll shelf it and we'll just bring it all the way down, and then we'll start to dial this up to where it starts to lose some of the low end energy because it has a lot in the vocal right now. A lot of mud, a lot of low end energy, and then we'll boost it back to balance it out. So check it out.
And shared experience too few. And shared experience too few.
I actually like that where it kind of is, and then there's a lot of mud, like a lot of the room sound in there. So let's pinpoint that and cut that out.
And shared experience too. And shared experience. And shared experience. And shared experience too few. 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 A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I'm all in. And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time.
So right there, we kind of got a basic EQ. I'm liking the tone of the vocal now. A lot less of that mud is gone. So now we can actually compress the vocal and kind of tame the dynamics. And I like this channel strip because it has 3 different compressor settings, which is kind of nice. They all have a different flavor. So I'm gonna do a 2-3 to 1 ratio and just dial this in and start to get some compression.
And shared.
And we'll do the gain reduction so we can know how much we're compressing.
And shared experience too few. A few too many.
Let's bring back the attack so it's not ducking down on the, clamping down on the vocal too hard.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. And and shared experience too few. A few too many.
As you can see, the opto is really nice for a lot of singing stuff because if you want to keep something dynamic and sound smooth, it doesn't even sound like a compression. A compressor is really on there with the opto, which is really nice. So let's hear this vocal in the mix now.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect.
So I think the vocal needs more clarity in the high mid. So let's see if we can just boost some of the high mid frequencies. See what.
And shared experience too few. A few too many.
It just wants that 2K. I think it's compressing a little bit too much. Actually, what we can do is another cool thing about this plugin is it has the mix knob, so I can mix in the compression. So let's go to 0 and just mix in how much compression.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. And shared experience. And shared experience. And shared experience too few. And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I want it.
Cool. So now let's give the vocal some reverb. So we'll just send it to a plate.
Ooh, to look the other way. And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this.
So just to control his voice a little bit more, I'm already hearing like maybe using the RVox. Oops. I like using the RVox at the end of these vocal channels just to control the dynamics even more. So let's hear this piece of the song.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this.
I'll actually boost some more high end as well. We could use a little bit more clarity. So
And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this.
because we boosted so much high end, boosted around 8 dB, we're definitely going to have some de-essing to do. So we can just use this de-esser here and lock in exactly the de-essing that we want to do. So I'll solo the vocal just so I can fine tune the de-esser now. Check it out. Let's put this over here.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the.
So that sounds pretty good. Let's hear it in the track.
And shared experience too few. A few too many. caught me at a perfect time and place. Hard to argue, show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I'm all in. Ain't shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Hard to argue, show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I'm all in. Ain't shared experience too few. A few too many.
This plugin has so many features. It's cool. You can do it live with just one plugin, and then I'll actually add some saturation too, just to see in what ways I can color this vocal to make it stand out even further, but not too much. So check it out.
Ain't shared experience too few. A few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Hard to argue, show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I'm all in.
So that's cool. That's a good starting point for that lead vocal. And let's mix in the other lead vocal here. This one is already mixed. Came kind of mixed and processed, so we just got to get the level right.
I'll do everything I can to love you the best I can. Pretty and committed, always got my back, baby. And I will cross the.
So what I may do for this vocal as well is do a slight bit of de-essing. Oops. I like to bring this all the way up, take the look ahead off, and just play with the range. Just dial in the range and start compressing the S's of this vocal a little bit more, make it more.
To love you the best I can. Pretty and committed, always got my back, baby. And I will cross the ocean just to make you feel the same. This ain't no flame, this ain't no game, can't be contained. Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me, baby. Ooh, wish on a star you'll be mine, sweet Valentine. So won't you please?
So it doesn't sound too bad, so I like that.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers, and every part of me is a piece perfect with her. It's a picture worth 1,000. Yeah.
So I think now I can get a general mix on these background vocals here. So let's see, they are going to group 2. So here's group 2. We'll take it off.
Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me. Thought you'd be mine, mine.
So basically I'll highlight this section because that's the section that we want to work in. Let's play back.
Can't describe how good I feel when you're right.
So I think the main thing that we got to do here is EQ for sure. Want to do some just general EQ moves. What EQ should I use? I'm gonna try and just use API EQ, just because I like that I can just kind of do general moves. It's not nitpicky with frequencies or anything like that. So basically, I just want to EQ these background vocals so that they're clear, because they do hold an important part in this section of the song. So let's try it.
Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Please.
So that EQ helped a bit. We're definitely gonna need another reverb. Let's see if we can use like a Valhalla. You know what? Actually, I really like the. Let's see if we can find a hall, a lexicon hall, and I want to send the output of this group to the verb 2. And yeah, see what.
Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my. Can't describe how good I feel when you're right.
A big plate. Or a hall. Let's do something smaller.
Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Can't describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine.
So I'm just gonna leave that for now. I just wanted a little bit of ambiance to those background vocals. Let's hear it with the lead vocal one time.
Right next to me. Star you be mine. Would you please? Yeah, goodbye Casanova. Yeah, only you can make me happy. Goodbye Casanova.
So it doesn't sound too bad. I think in the music track, I want to accentuate more of the beat is kind of different. You know, there's not really like drums in it. It just kind of has this percussive like music elements. The doom, doom, and I would definitely want to accentuate that. All right, camera's back rolling. So basically all I did was I just gave it a little bit of a shelf on 5K and gave it some more presence with 3K. So now it's just more pointy, if you call it that. So let's hear it in the mix. I'll bypass it.
Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers, and every part of me is a piece perfect with her.
You can just see that you know, that element kind of just sticks out a little bit more and kind of creates more bounce and vibe with the music.
It's a picture worth 1,000. Yeah. Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right.
So this vocal right here kind of begins it. And since it begins this whole stack of vocals, I don't want it hard pan left. Kind of feels, it just doesn't feel balanced. So panned it straight in the center, and let's hear this vocal stack.
Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me. Star, you be my sweet Valentine. Be my how could I?
So since these two vocals are doubled, but it has this vocal here has these like pickups right here and right here. I'm actually gonna duplicate this track, and I'm gonna edit out. I'm gonna edit out these sections here and just bring them up so that this can be in the center and this can be in the left, so that all the doubles now are with the other track here, as you can see. So this and this is our double, but from here to here is kind of its own thing. So let me bring it to its own track. It's in the center. Now let's balance this.
Yeah, words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me.
Let's take out this.
Yeah, words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me. Star, you be my sweet Valentine. Would you please? Yeah, goodbye, Casanova.
So the group 3 is very similar to group 2. So I'm just gonna copy this plugin. Sounds like all of these vocals were pretty much recorded on the same mic for this singer. So a lot of the plugins we can just copy over and have similar settings. I think this part, seems very important to the song, and I want it to be accentuated and be more exciting. So I'm gonna compress it so it's more lively and like in front of the mix. And to do that, let's try using, what compressor do we want to use? So many. We got so many compressors. Let's try using actually a 76. And we want to compress this section, these vocals here, and just make them more exciting. So let's try this.
Describe how good I feel when you're right next to me. Describe how good I.
So let's solo these vocals one time.
Describe how good I.
So we usually want a faster attack, not too fast, but faster attack and slower release to get that excitement.
Describe how good I feel when you're right. Describe how good I feel when you're right. Describe how good I feel when you're right. Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Would you please describe how good I feel when you're right next to me? Wish on a star you be my sweet Valentine. Would you please?
So those vocals are definitely a lot more forward, which is good. Let's see what these vocals are doing here. These are group 1 vocals.
Woo, 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 yeah.
So these vocals are kind of just laying chords. They're just laying like an underlying vibe to the track. So we want to make sure that they're clean, but we don't need to do too much to them. We just want to make sure that they don't sound muddy. Maybe like since they're doing the oohs, we can accentuate more of the air in those vocals and hear that crispness and that air come out. So let's try that. Take out all this low end here because we don't need any of that energy in these vocals. Yeah, so for something like this, we're definitely gonna need some boost. We're definitely gonna need to boost a lot of high end. So let's try and boost some here. And then we can duck some of the lows so it's a little bit less muddy. So right there, instantly the vocals are much just clear, a lot more clear. So let's mix those into the rest of the track.
Woo, 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 yeah. Now I wanna be all that she wonders. Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers. And every part of me is a piece perfect with her.
So these vocals, I think it would be cool to add like an effect on, so that they're out of the way of the lead vocal. Let me try and just pan them and see how that sounds. So I want to try and add like a meta flanger on these, and then we'll do a stereo. Just kind of give it like a cool, like just, you know, vibe in the background. That way the lead, it's very distinguishable between the lead and these background vocals. And it's just, it gives it like a cool effect. So let's try and mix in a little bit of this flanger on it. So that helped a little bit. Let's hear it with the lead.
Woo, 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 yeah. Now I wanna be all that she wonders. Rockin' steady, you hear the whispers. And every part of me is a piece perfect with her. It's a picture worth 1,000. Yeah.
Doesn't sound too bad. Cool. So we got a lot of vocals here.
Only you can make me. It takes a special kind of food. the other way, and shared experience too few, a few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this.
So because these vocals, I don't want these ooh vocals to take up too much of the frequency range of the leads. And they're constantly in the track. And so to help with that, I think I'm gonna remove some more of the low end and just kind of thin them out a little bit more. So let's listen back to these vocals. And I know he said he may not want any auto-tune, but it may be nice to add a little bit of auto-tune, especially on these background vocals. So let's see if we can add just a teeny bit. I'll go to the real tune. And what note are we doing? So it's probably, looks like G minor. That was the first note. Try G minor. What note is that? So I think the key is G major. G major. So sometimes auto-tune is just not gonna work. I think there's some notes that he may be singing that are technically not in just a G major or the regular key. So let's leave.
Goodbye, Casanova. Yeah, yeah. Only you can make me happy. Goodbye, Casanova. Only you can make me.
A fool to look the other way, and shared experience too few, a few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and I've been praying for this. Cards on the table, I'm all in.
So this vocal right here, it's kind of like a lead vocal. So I definitely want to treat it that way and send the output of this to the Actually, it's just copy these same plugins over here. Send this to the lead as well. There's the lead. And let's mix in this part right here where we're saying, words can describe. Mix this in.
Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me. Yeah. Show the star, you be mine, sweet Valentine. Would you please? Yeah. Casanova. Words can't describe how good I feel when you're right next to me.
So let's hear this ad-lib track that we have here.
Yeah.
So same thing. This is kind of like, I would treat this more like a lead, just in terms of the processing, since it's not doing any kind of background type stuff. And then I'll just give it the same processing for now and mix this in.
Casanova, only you. Goodbye, Casanova. Only you. Goodbye, Casanova.
And sometimes there's not a lot of good editing going on. There might be some, some clicks and some pops in these vocals, as you can see. What you can do here, especially in Pro Tools, is just click these buttons here, which will bring the waveforms much bigger, and you'll be able to see like this right here is probably something that needs to be edited out. Let's check it out. All of that, really gets in the mix, and it doesn't make it sound as professional as it could, So we take stuff like that out. Same thing here, a lot of smacks. We don't need all these smacks here, so we'll take those out. Fade these like this, so it's much cleaner. Much cleaner, See, there might be some smacks right here. All this stuff, you might need to take that out. A lot of noise in the background there, so we'll just take that out as well. Take out all this noise.
It takes a special kind of fool to look the other way, and shared experience too few, a few too many. She caught me at a perfect time and place. Heart to heart, you show commitment. Ooh, and
sounds pretty good. There's not a lot of, lip smacks and stuff like that. Let's see this one. So we definitely got some smacking going on there. We need to get out. Let's do that. Let's clean this one up. Usually with background vocals, you really don't need to hear the breaths at all, because the lead, especially if they're sung with the lead is taking care of all the breathing that you would hear, You can hear the lead breathe and even think that, those are also the background vocals breathing at the same time. So that's kind of the cool thing in regards to that. Like, a lot of the background breaths you can just take out. So anywhere that I see, little clicks and pops in between the vocals here, I'm just cleaning up. Simple cleanup like that.
And shared experience too few, a few too many.
One thing I want to try and do is I want to add more harmonics, because this is the main, these are the chords right here. And this is the main thing that's holding down the chords. So, and the reason why I want more harmonics in them is because right now there's like just a lot of low mids. I want to hear more of just the regular mid range and high mids in these. So I'm actually gonna just boost up these and see if we can just get thicker chord structure around this beat. Because the kick and the bass, all of those elements are kind of holding down a lot of the low mids and the lows. So we need this chords, the arcade one, which is kind of the chords in the song. We really need that to shine through on the higher frequency. So let's try and boost in some harmonics. I think that helped a little bit. Let's hear it in the context of the mix.
Star, you be my sweet Valentine. Would you please? Yeah, goodbye, Casanova. Yeah, yeah. Only you can make me happy. Goodbye, Casanova.
One thing we can do as well is actually just compress the peaks of this so that they don't come out as much. So I'm just gonna use the Renaissance Axe compressor, and I'll do shift and I'll click both of these so I can drag both of them together. So as I compress, the volume stays it level matches the compression, so it doesn't boost the volume. And I basically just want this more compressed out, more flattened out, so we can hear more of the chords in the beat. So let's mute the vocals just by clicking mute on the vocal bus, and let's do that. So as you can see there, it compressed, the entire chord structures here. So it also allowed us to have a more level, sound that we could then boost slightly, and now you can hear more of the, the harmonics in the chord, and it fills out the music a little bit more.
Me happy. Goodbye, Casanova.
So I'm gonna take a pause there. So far, we've grouped all the vocals, we've balanced the music, we've cleaned up, shown you how I cleaned up my vocals. As you can see, I'm not doing a ton of processing. I have, one plug in there, one there, 3 there, one, 3 there. Not a lot of processing, so you don't need a ton of plugins to achieve a great sound. That's one thing I want to share. It's all about how you organize your mix and how you're listening to your mix. Certain things can be grouped together to be processed the same. Gives you more control over your mix. So stick around for the next part as I dive in further to finish up this song. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? If you're someone who struggles with mixing, I have a free resource that I would love to share with you and that I think that could really help you. It's a brand new mini course that I've uploaded to my website called 6 Mix Finalizers. In this course, it's going to teach you 6 different ways that you can finalize your mix. I know a lot of the times we get to the ending of our mix stage and we're just unsure if our mix is completely finished. By taking this mini course, you're going to have complete confidence and satisfaction in that final mix that you do put so much time and energy into, and you're going to be so confident in finishing it and finalizing that mix. This course is also going to teach you 6 different ways to enhance your mix at the end of the mixing stage. So it's going to give you some tips and tricks for things to look out for that a lot of people miss and a lot of people don't look out for when they're finalizing their mix. It's going to show you how to get the perfect vocal volume in your mix. It's going to show you how to tighten up your bass, get more punch, a lot of great things to enhance your mix right at the end as you're about to finalize it. So if you want complete confidence and satisfaction with your mixes and just knowing that, yo, I've done everything that I possibly could and I know that this mix is done now that I've taken this course and I learned a few things, you can totally take that course completely for free. Link is in the description below to take that course on my website. So I hope I can show you guys a few things and become your teacher. Peace.